Who knows? This wipe is not so good. I'll tell you that much. This is the least I've played since I started playing.
Is it the game or is it you?
Probably both.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard like there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'm not too involved or like knowledgeable about it, but like, you know, between that like cheater video that came out exposing just how much cheating there is, and then the sound is just like really bad, and like
this sounds like every wipe to me. Like every wipe you hear the cheaters are outrageous. Labs has been off limits for as long as I've ever had the game, because that's just where the loot is. So that's where the cheaters go. And then audio has been a complaint since I first got the game.
True.
Too. Do you know how much playtime do you have, Aqua? Just to give everybody some perspective, because
a little bit over 2,000 hours, 2,500 maybe. Not as much as you'd think. Maybe almost 3,000.
Yeah. That's a tremendous amount. I don't know what I have. I know I have over 1,000. I've wasted infinite amounts of time playing that goddamn game. I played the beginning of this wipe until I got to level 43 or 44, and I usually burn out by then.
My number is misleadingly high. Like a better question would be how many raids, which I don't know the answer to, but I think the game would tell you I have like 2,500 hours or 3,500, something like that. And it's because I left the game on constantly to like take Bitcoin out of the hideout. To, you know, I would just drop by the office, quickly craft some bullets or something that goes somewhere else, and all day long I'm making money, even though I'm not really playing. So I'm averaging literally like 24 hours a day, and it racks.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think I had like 300 raids or something stupid, because this is the first time I played solo, and not when you're waiting on people, you don't get any real playtime in, and it's frustrating. That sucks about the cheaters though. I saw that video and it was really disheartening. A cheater was part of why I quit this wipe. I finally found my LEDX for therapist and was trying to get out with it, and a cheater like came and got me, you know, and ruined my life.
I've only seen that once or twice. That's an advanced level of cheating.
I had a guy
crazy.
I was camping the extract on interchange, and a guy flies over my head and goes, "Hey, Kyle." And I go, my name on Tarkov is Kyle. It's FPS Kyle. So he's like, "Hey, Kyle, what's up? Are you the real Kyle?" And I'm like, yeah. And it's just like it's like a real hold up in real life. You know, you can't do anything back because he's God, essentially. He's flying already. But long story short, he was like, "Oh, that's cool." "Would you like some free gear?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'd love some." And he's like, "Be right back." And he flies into the map and takes somebody's shit and flies back with it. And like,
you got like one of those trained crows.
Yeah. Like a train. He like dumps it all out for it and gives it to me. And he's like, "Oh, I like your video, blah, 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 where you did this and that." And like, I was like, "Okay, man, cool. You shouldn't be cheating though. It's kind of ruining the game." He's like, "Yeah, I know, right?" Like,
flies away.
He like Mary Poppins away.
Dude, what a Sigma male.
So that was either the beginning of the wipe that's currently going, or like middle of the wipe before. This current wipe, I know because it was only a couple months ago. I was in the darkness on Lighthouse. Like, no one should be able to see me unless they've got the good nods or thermal. So no one should be able to see me. And I hear someone running up on me, and I start cooking an impact grenade. And the guy goes, "Whoa, whoa, 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 put that away." And I'm like, "What the fuck? How does he know I have it out?" He can, you know, he's seeing me through the wall and everything. He's like, "I'm a good cheater, not a bad cheater. I kill cheaters and I give people their gear. I just killed 3. You want their shit?" And I was like, "Pin back in." Like, I was like, "Honestly, I just want to mark these tanks." He's like, No, take this stuff. I don't want it. And you know, it's like level 6 armor and like a Giselle and good shit. I guess
if you kill cheaters, they're gonna have good stuff.
Yeah,
it takes a good guy cheater to stop a bad guy cheater.
That's what he said. That's what he's like. "I hate cheaters. I've had enough of it. I'm gonna be a vigilante against cheaters in Tarkov." And that's,
you know, they should have like an internal team that handles it, called like admins or something. And like they're not even cheaters because they work for it, and they shut that stuff down. You know, I guess that's not possible for Tarkov. Do they not care about the cheating? They just don't fucking care. Just whatever.
I don't think they can stop. I don't think they can stop it. They've altered the game. The game has been altered so many times in order to stop the real money transactions and the cheating that I think that they legitimately want it to stop. They just can't because it's so profitable.
One, it's a grindy game. Like Kyle said, it's profitable. So the incentives to cheat are so much higher than they are in Call of Duty, where like cheating means you have like one good game that didn't mean anything. No, in this game, cheating has like persistent, pervasive. What am I looking for? Like it doesn't go away. It starts with a P.
Permanent,
persistent, perpetual.
Maybe I was going for. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it has effects that go on and on and on, and that helps you a ton. And then I had also, it's a Russian game, and these Russian developers are incompetent. Yes, this is true, and they just don't have like if they were in fucking California, there'd be so many programmers. You throw a rock and you hit a programmer, and there's someone out there that knows how to design a game to make it harder to cheat. Meanwhile, these Russian dumb fuckkovs just dump everything in the client, which is just begging to be cheated. And putting
did you add an ovs to the end of fuckkovs to make them?
Because they're Russian. Yeah.
Slavic. Yeah. A little racism mixed in. I like it.
And they put all the logic into the client that you have on your computer, which just makes it ripe for cheating. Like, is my game speed limited at 1 times normal? Now it's 3 times normal. And because it's not server side, you just start going faster. And all you need is a bootleg client, and the thing does much better. I have some background on this because Minecraft is built like that also. Minecraft was really never meant to be a multiplayer game. So people just download their own clients and they start cheating. So as the admin, you're here trying to detect like, it's fishy that you have 12 headshots in a row. How many headshots before you call someone a cheater? You have friends who can probably get 4 all the time, 6 occasionally. Do you ban them when they get 7 headshots in a row? Moving quickly, you'd think that'd be an easy one to catch. Well, network connectivity is buggy. So sometimes, a guy jumps 100 feet and that means he's cheating. Sometimes it means that whether it be his fault, the internet's fault, or my fault as the server owner, packets got dropped. And
I get hit with fly hack all the time on Rust, for example. That's a good example of that. Anytime you're when you're interacting with things that are moving in that game, boats and jumping in general, in certain situations, it'll hit you with a fly hack, and it disconnects you briefly and then connects you right back. It's such a good system.
So when you're Tarkov or you're Woodycraft, you're just trying to detect behavior that's too impressive to be true, and that means you let mild cheaters go, and mild cheaters are way better than honest players. So
yeah.
It's hard.
It sucks too because I love Tarkov. I love that grind. Rust too. Like those are the 2 games where cheaters have upset me the most. Like really bummed me out and ruined my evening.
Because it affects you so much in those games,
And also, I want to be like, hey man, why don't you want to play with me? Like, let's compete against one another on an even playing field. Why do you want to cheat against me? That's no fun.
Might lose.
Yeah, and then I'd be driven to get better. That's the whole point. That's the fun part of games. I gotta lose. If I played a game I was just good at, I'd quit. If I was just the best at something, you know how awful that must be. Shroud must hate playing games.
He's just the best at every game.
Have you ever cheated in a game?
Like One Punch Man. He's lost all like happiness in life. Everywhere he goes, he's headshotting things.
Has anyone here ever cheated in a game?
Only single player.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. In Rust, we used a macro one time, but we didn't use it against people. We were using it against to like take oil rig and stuff like that. And it was just a thing where you would just press a button and it would try to like fix the recoil. It was buggy as shit, and we didn't really use it much.
In Xbox Borderlands, they used to. I don't know how people did the cheat, but they would like chip their Xbox or something, then side load. I don't know, but the end result is some stranger gave me a shield that was JTagging that was just ungodly good. So now I can like kill. It's a single player game, so I'm just killing AI. But it was kind of fun to have this shield that made you.
That's
not
like
invincible. Like you had to try a little, but only a little.
It's more like modding.
Yeah, that's like modding or like using a Game Shark, on like the N64. That's the most cheating I did, and that's fine. I think like cheating isn't cheating until it's like in an online setting or like competitive setting.
Yeah, I'll say this: I can't imagine cheating in Tarkov. Like I would never do that. I really wouldn't. the fun part of Tarkov is that awful grind. It's about how long it takes me to get a Salewa. So when I find one, it means something, you know. So if I was just magicking up a bunch of Salewas, I wouldn't be having any fun. You know?
Did Nintendo make Game Shark? Like, was that their own product?
I don't know. It's so interesting because just the physical application of it. You know, it seems like they might have, but I have no idea.
Everything,
everything plugged right in. I remember like I saw it in like a Nintendo magazine, and I got one when I was at the store because I saw one. And like in my head, I'm like fucking 6 years old. Like Pokemon Red had just come out, maybe 7 years old, and I remember thinking like, damn, like they are probably not happy this is out. Like as if Nintendo cared, like how you
man, Bowser's pissed.
Yeah, oh my god, they probably are like they're scratching their heads, like how do we get around this Game Shark stuff? These kids are leveling up their Pokemon without grinding.
I thought of a Tarkov thing I did, and I bet you guys might be guilty too. I had an NVIDIA card. I watched a YouTube video that told you like just the best settings to help you see better, like a filter or something, maybe gamma. I don't remember how I did it. But I felt like I could see in the dark slightly better than the game wanted you to.
My
that's just optimizing.
My game was, like my gamma and stuff was so goofy. So I only play at night. That's what I do. I only play at night. So I fool with those settings until my whole screen is these shades of like green and purple and pink. It's using those colors instead of RGB, and so you can see at night in the game and
a little better than everyone else.
Can't see you.
Yeah.
Oh, way better. Like I don't know how many times people just running past me, and I'm just like, motherfucker.
You know, you install
the game looks like shit.
They're like, adjust this slider until you can barely see the shadow. Fuck you. Turn the lights on.
I always do that in scary games.
Yeah, you just you're
not taking up on me.
I like to be able to see personally in games. Like any in-game setting, like I'll crank that shit all the way up. But like I'm not one of these people, to be clear, but some people say like if you use anything outside of the application, that's considered like cheating or whatever. Like
that's
I've done it too in Rust. Like I did the like NVIDIA thing. I was like playing with someone who's like, oh, like it was dark at night, and someone was just like, oh, just do this with your like NVIDIA settings, you'll be able to see. And I was like, I tried it. I used it for like a day, and then it's just got too annoying switching back and forth. Oh yeah, it totally helped at the time. It was like a huge difference, but I'm just too lazy to do shit like that.
And you know what?
I
other
also had a
cheat
modded
thing?
controller.
I never did
COD
that.
4.
I had a scuff controller, which is kind of modded, but I
had a button on the back. It was rapid fire.
In Modern Warfare 2. If you put your settings on colorblind, you could see stealth bombers on the radar, and I always did that. Like it was just a bug.
Damn. And you didn't share that, huh?
Oh, I made a video about it. There's money to be made here, Taylor.
I guess I missed that one.
and like halfway through the Modern Warfare, the Call of Duty 4 cycle, I ordered one of those modded controllers, and this is before I think they made like legitimate modded controllers. So it was a regular wired controller, and you could see someone had drilled a hole in the back of it, and there was a new button sticking out of the back of the controller, and that was the switch to turn it on and off for rapid fire. And so the G3 and the Deagle would just, and so it was like a weapons pack. I looked at it like DLC. It was great.
How was the recoil on those?
Really good. I mean, the Desert Eagle was like for up close, right? You just spray. It's 50 damage a bullet, so you just tap them, and it's fully automatic. So you just starting at their knees. But with the G3, it was a pretty controllable, fully automatic 308, which called
and it was so obvious when you got killed with one.
Yeah.
By the people will be like, "Oh, just pull the trigger really fast." It's like, no, you don't. It literally doesn't let you. If you go as fast as you can on the G3, it doesn't actually shoot as fast as you can.
That's because of the controller. That was a patch they put in later. At first, it did. There wasn't originally a fire limiter on the semi-autos in Call of Duty 4. So the M21 sniper rifle was another good one because you've got a scope sniper rifle that goes.
And the M14 with the ACOG, it was
okay.
Kind of fun to goof around with. That was such a fun game. I'd love to run some TDM or something in COD 4. Slush, did you play Pokemon on the Game Boy? Like red and blue and that?
Yeah,
so do you remember cheating in that? Like the way that you could infinite level in Pokemon Red
the
was that
missing
you would
note.
give,
Yeah.
well, you could do the missing no thing, or you could, if you wanted to do it regular, you could put a bunch of Pokemon in the daycare center, and then what it did is it would give you 1 XP for the Pokemon in the daycare center for every step your character took. And so I would have like a weight on the forward button and just have them, like I had like a Rube Goldberg machine with like a fork at an angle to push down on the up thing so that he was constantly walking against the wall. And then like I'd have brand new batteries in it and everything. And then I'd wake up the next morning and be like, oh, my thing grew 40 levels because of this. But every once in a while you would wake up and you would realize that like right after you had said it, it had come off. And you were like, no. And so you'd pick it up in the morning like, no.
Not
maybe I got some XP. And because I'm supposed to battle Jared at lunch today. Like, and I needed my Dragonite.
That's what I would do in Oblivion. I would use rubber bands to make my Xbox controller such that I was sprint swimming in circles. And I'd throw my guy in a pond somewhere and leave him out there sprint swimming in circles all day. I come back, his strength and endurance or whatever be maxed out. It's great. It's great.
It's funny because like you used to do that in Tarkov, like because back when you when they didn't have all the limits and shit, I used to just put a like a macro on that would just smash spacebar, and then I'd just load into a raid and then just walk off and go and have a wank or whatever, and then you come back and he'd be dead, but you'd gain like fuckloads of strength. And so heaps of people, like, no one will talk about it. They'll be like, oh, I didn't do that. I like, because they're, there's all that like fucking the virtue signaling of being the bigger person in that community. But like every fucking streamer
takes a while to build though.
Forever.
It doesn't.
Yeah. That tells us a little something about how long it takes Slush to wank.
Yeah. No, it's because back in the day, it didn't take that long. They nerfed it because people kept doing it, and then when you had max strength, your character was just like so infinitely fast compared to other people. Like you could run and jump like across like a 2-lane street in the game. So it's like, it looked fucking hilarious. Like
does it change your speed? Strength?
Yeah, well, it used to give you like 200% run speed, and then when you jumped, you look like a fucking springbok. So you just fucking fly around, just
and wait.
Like, boom, boom. It's like
it makes your gear not weigh anything.
Yeah,
like
it used to be
on your gear.
It used to be like extremely overpowered. Yeah, no, it did. It made it so none of the shit you were wearing weighed anything. Only your backpack.
Isn't that a new thing?
No, that was back in the day, but you just probably didn't get it.
Taylor, to give you some idea how long it takes to get maximum strength in Tarkov, I've never gotten maximum strength in Tarkov. I've had 100 million rubles. I've been level like 50 something. I've never gotten to fucking.
You should have cheated.
I should have. It's so
I used
long.
to cheese it a little bit. So the way it is now, when you first enter a raid, better yet, every raid you can only gain so much strength a little bit.
Yeah,
and oftentimes if you don't cheese it, you don't even hit the possibility that raid could have done. So I just start with like empty gas cans, which aren't worth very much. And then once I hit it, I throw them away. What'd you say? Oh, shotgun shells.
Shotgun shells. You just fill out the backpack with shotgun shells. But it's like, if you don't get max strength these days, it's usually from like if you start the wipe and then just start like fucking going in super geared every time, then you'll usually end up with max strength by the time you hit like level 60.
And no endurance.
Yeah, and then no endurance. So then you have to level that up. But once you get strength like to a certain point, then you start leveling endurance faster. So it's like
it's about the wipe, huh?
End
of July, I read, for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna play again until they do something about cheating or have some way that.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I will either.
Really?
They're good. Yeah.
You're world champion Tarkov.
Coming in very.
Your mic's real bad.
It just came. Just came back.
I don't know what happened. Darn.
Very.
Yeah. They need some sort of I'll give you my cell phone or whatever you need to fucking. I'll send your driver's license, passport, photos, whatever, for you to know that I'm me and I don't cheat. You can put a fucking speedometer on the side of my rig, whatever. And I want to be able to play in servers where everybody else took that as seriously as me. The anti-cheating thing. where
Yeah.
everybody else signed up for the rectal exam, just like me, just for the privilege of playing with people like me, regardless of our skill level. I don't care if I lose more in those servers.
Yeah.
At least I know it was real. The idea
That's
of being
the
cheated
problem
is
with that
not
game is
knowing
like you can never know, and it's so buggy that you're like sometimes you die and you're like definitely cheating, and then you see the death screen and you're like, oh, I know that guy, and then you go to their stream and you watch back the clip of it and you watch it side by side to yours, and it's like we were watching two completely different fucking movies, man. Like this is like just the dumbest shit in the world. So I'm like, I put up with that so much. I'm just like, I can't be fucked anymore. I'm done with it. I'll come back in the future at some stage probably, but at this stage I'm just like, nah, fuck
Yeah.
'em.
I didn't know like cheating at the professional level of video games was as bad as it was. I saw this was from a few weeks ago, some professional Call of Duty player in the middle of a tournament, like physically at the gaming center or wherever they do this. He's there. He's physically there, and he's cheating with mods and like gets caught because like I guess they have some sort of like procedure that the game detects at this point if you're doing something like that, and it'll just boom, like as soon as it detects it, it kicks you out. And so this guy just got kicked out of like a professional Call of Duty match because he was cheating. And it's like, I can't imagine. Are people getting away with that? I feel like there's no fucking way you're going to get away with cheating in front of everyone.
So Slush would know more about this than me, but there's conspiracies that there are Twitch millionaires who are terrible at video games.
Really?
Twitch millionaires who are known for their prowess at this game or that game, whether it's Call of Duty or Tarkov or Rust or whatever. Not Rust.
Cheating or letting someone else play for them?
No. Running cheats actively while they're streaming, like that you can't see. They're on their side. Like maybe they've got.
Would be so hard to cheat. Like I feel like I don't know.
No, well, there's lots of ways to do it. Like for a while, there is a radar cheat.
Oh,
in a lot of
yeah,
games
there was an Australian Tarkov streamer that had a radar going. We always joke about it. Like there's this clip of him and he's running towards the front of interchange and he like looks in the direction of Ollie there and he goes 5-man front Ollie and you watch the clip. It's fucking not possible. And he was 100% using radar. And like all his mates used to joke about it on stream and shit like that, but he got fucking roasted and then never came back and streamed. But I reckon there are people, but I don't think it's the people that you'd think it is. Like a lot of people, I always hear like, Landmark's cheating or something like that.
I don't think Landmark's cheating.
Nah,
no.
I just like I think that it'd be smaller streamers if it was a streamer doing it. Like at that stage, like at his stage, like he's probably making like fucking 100K a month. Why would you risk that? Like.
I was suggesting not him, but maybe there's a Twitch person who was never any good at games. They're just a personality who began with cheats from the very beginning.
Oh, 100%,
And so you'd never.
I just used him as an example because I have people come into my chat and go, "He's cheating because he's."
He's the sickest. Because he does crazy shit on a. He's the most consistently sick at that game that I've seen. Yeah. Like the sort of weird, because he'll do things that are. It's not the play to make; it's the play to make a highlight. He'll do that kind of stuff sometimes. He'll be like, normally I would sit right here and wait and be patient, but you guys want to see me go in there and just fucking kill them all, even though they're all aiming at that door. They're all waiting on me. Yeah. What if I go in there and kill them all?
Pushes everyone and wins, Like,
yeah.
I mean, Kyle, this firsthand with Geometry Wars.
That can do that. Like,
if it's too good to be true, it might be.
That was so fucking. So, Slush, if you don't know, this was like fucking 13 years ago. Everyone was into Geometry Wars 2 in like the Call of Duty commentary scene, and Hutch had like the #1 score at the time. Like he had like 2 million or whatever. And Kyle, like, because I was friends with all of them, so I downloaded it and I could see the scoreboard and be like, Hutch 2.2 million, and it was like Kyle like 780,000, and he was also up there. And then one day I logged back in just to see, and it was like Kyle 31 million points, 2 million points, and like he didn't just beat the record, he like quadrupled up on it,
swamped it.
Yeah, and then Kyle had to go out there and be like, "Yeah, I just suddenly got great at this game."
No, we gotta have the video.
And Hutch was like, "You paid someone to play for you. You paid someone to play for you." And Kyle's like, "Nope, no, I didn't, liar."
He didn't know what I had done for the longest time. I had that score and it was like
It was absurd.
4 times, 5 times what his was. And but I had the video of it because what I did was I found one of the top 5 players in the world. I sent him my Xbox with me logged in on it and a recording device. And I had him make a video on my account, on my Xbox, on my recording device, send
That's
everything
fucking
back
gold.
to me. I'm like, record like an hour worth, you know, knock out a few good ones.
make a couple videos for me.
Yeah, make a little
let's fucking
montage.
go.
I don't
We
think I
had
paid
that,
him.
like our mates were playing this like fucking little basketball game in the Facebook chat like ages ago. And so I worked out if you open it on PC, then the scoreboard was just like your input score was just in the JavaScript on the thing. So I went in there and I like changed my score to be just like slightly better than my mates, and then like he'd get a little bit better, and then I'd go in there and I'd change mine to just get a little bit better, as though I was coming back and just beating his score like over and over again. And I knew he was just like freaking out, and it took me like 8 seconds to fix up. And then like eventually he was like, "Dude, if, like you play so much, like I'm never gonna beat you." So I changed like the fucking and so I was just like trolling him, just wasting his time because I was just, just
Is
fucking
my
with this motherfucker.
microphone working now?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
It's back
All
now.
right, thank you.
Yeah,
Hutch
don't know what
called
the next-
me when you did that thing in Geometry Wars.
He
He
was mad.
like I remember he called me and I didn't talk to Hutch very much. And Hutch was the king of like online gaming at the time. So it's like fucking, I don't know, Zeus calls you up and he's like, "Look, I gotta have a word with you." And I'm like, "Oh my God." He's like, get me in touch with Kyle." So I reach out to Kyle. I'm like, "Dude, Hutch wants to talk to you." And Kyle's like, "Nah, I don't want to." It's like, "How can you not talk to Hutch? He's got a YouTube right now." But he didn't. Makes
I don't
sense
need
now.
Hutch putting the screws to me, asking me questions I don't want to be on record about. All I know is that I got Hutch's score sucks at Geometry Wars. Is all I know. You know what I even did to be shitty? So when Hutch, they'd all been playing what's that game? Fucking where you make the Portal, of course. They've all been playing Portal. And at the end, GLaDOS or whatever sings that song, "Aperture Science."
Yeah.
And they edited that. Hutch edited that into his video, like as his scores scrolling across real slow, and it shows him on top of everybody else that's on his friends list. This like murderer's row of YouTube, and he plays that song. I put that same song on my video when I uploaded it of like 18 million or whatever crazy. I told the guy, I was like, beat him by a little. I was like, beat him by a little, just nudge him, and he's so good at the game that he accidentally did that crazy score.
Dude, he was just high playing the game mindlessly, and then he remembered, "Fuck, I'm supposed to be recording and losing at 3 million, and I'm at 19."
Yeah, and I'm at 19 million or whatever, and the way he dies, it's like
He just goes into the corner and dies.
it's like shit, man. We got a conspiracy we're creating here. You could have tried a little harder on your end. I'm shipping stuff across the country.
You shipped
wiring
him an Xbox to do that?
my Xbox, my hop hog, all the wires, some money, and what else?
Money.
Like maybe a hard drive or something, for the recording. Like everything he needed to complete.
What was
his
your
end.
motivation?
It's
Spite.
funny.
And to just watch and to watch Hutch like watch the gears turn.
So you just
I
paid.
think
Did you get the Xbox back?
Yeah. You remember how at the time, you got to remember, Xbox 360s had become like a dime a dozen, and I owned 8 of them because I had the chronic red ring of death thing. Every time I would send one off to get repaired, which was like weekly at times, I just go get a new one. So I had them stacked. So it was no big deal to sign into an Xbox.
$150 or something. Although like $100. My brother's broken. He's like, "Oh, I'm poor," and I went and brought him a new one. And this guy was selling 2 of them, and I'm like, "Fuck, I'll take 2 just in case another one breaks." Like,
Yeah,
I
it
never
was
had
no
the
big
red
deal.
ring.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
I fixed it by watching a YouTube video that was like, sometimes it's because of a connection that no longer is being made because something got jostled. Wrap it in a towel to reheat and melt it back to the point. And so like I'd try to play COD 4 after school and then be like, "Fuck," and then go get a towel and then wrap my Xbox and turn it on and then try it an hour and a half later. Sometimes it works.
We were all making these Call of Duty videos, and if you get 25 kills in a row, you get a nuke. You can call in, kind of end the game.
Oh, yeah, I
waste
remember that.
everybody. And so it became this thing to get one really fast on YouTube. It was like, who can get the fastest one? And like somebody got like one in like 4 or 5 minutes, and it was like, oh my god. And then this piece of shit faked a video where he had only all his friends on the other team, and they stood in the right spot at the beginning of the game, and he blows them all up. But he pretended like it was real, like it was just because it was domination. People do capture flags, but he had the world's fastest nuke, and it got 1 million views when 1 million views was like bonkers. And when the YouTube Sherlock Holmeses all came around and realized what he had done, he was shamed so hard that I think he basically quit after that, right? I know he kept faking videos after
Shaggy,
that.
aka G Unit. Remember him? Yeah.
His after that, his shtick kind of became fake videos that like are fake. Like the whole team's just rushing him, and he's mowing them down in a field, getting nukes and stuff. That guy was a piece of shit.
Oh man, I want to see. He's still uploading.
No,
I googled him just. I was curious. He's playing Call of Duty 2, 3. I mean, Modern Warfare 2. I meant to say, and 3.
Yeah,
like yesterday.
Dude, there is on his YouTube channel, G Unit 123. He has a video from his most recent one, GTA 6 trailer reaction and breakdown 5 months ago. Top comment 5 months ago. You faked a nuke, bro. Wow. Dude, look at that. These are comments. This happened in 2010, 2011.
No, it's 2010. Yeah.
Shaggy faked a nuke. Yeah, this doesn't excuse that 6-in-1 Semtex, buddy.
Wow, it's a deep cut.
That's a deep cut.
That's that's not surprising. I remember it was a big deal at the time.
Fake. Everyone's saying
like I cared for some reason very much.
You cared?
Yeah.
I remember Hutch worked at Machinima at the time, and he had like almost a somber video coming out where he's like, I don't want to make accusations here as a person of power in this community, but this is very clearly fake. It was just really gay back then.
It was a big deal. I'm telling you.
This video is from 13 years ago.
I'm telling you, everybody was looking at it. We were all the content creators were talking about it in private. Like what is this? They were like tracking down the people who were in the video dying. Like, we got to get witnesses. We got to corroborate all this. Is there any video and then somebody got video from one of the cheaters who was helping. And then you had their point of view where they're all like, get on it, get on it, get on it. They're like talking together, organizing the cheat. And it's like, aha. And they kind of ruined him.
This is so funny. To the 7 or 8 year, this is on his original video. It has like a couple million views, or this is on the Machinima upload. To the 7 to 8 year olds watching this now, who are now 17, 18, to us, this was like the moon landing.
Bad. It was like JFK.
And when we found out it was fake, it was like that announcement on Judgment Day. Fantastic nostalgia. Yeah, that was looking back. It's so funny the care commentators were taking to be like, I don't want to, cast any aspersions here against Shaggy,
not on this show.
G
we would rip the
character.
fuck out of him. We'd play his more recent videos where he gave fake tips, like, I don't know, he'd get shot or something, so he'd change weapons and change back and be like, look, it healed me. And we're all like, the fuck? That doesn't do that.
He made it seem like you could run at people while switching your weapon, and you would like matrix around the bullets. That's what it was. He's like, see, I'm dodging bullets and I stab him. I'm dodging bullets and I stab him.
And he's a British guy.
And they're just friends.
He's a black British guy. Yeah, who's 16, I think, by the way. It was a 16-year-old we were all piling on.
Now he's like probably 30.
In my defense, I was only in my mid-30s.
I was only in my mid-20s. Yeah. We let him have it, though. Just kind of drummed him out of the community, really, really shit on him pretty hard. And deservedly so, because we were all trying to... I remember being like, maybe I should just quit this whole Call of Duty thing. I'll never measure up to something like that. I'll
never be a Shaggy, aka G Unit.
It was like such a feat to do. It was like, that game in gym where you stick Post-it notes on the wall, you jump, and then you go higher and higher. It'd be like if someone came along and just drilled one 25 feet up there. It's like, I don't even want to play.
Dude, this is like
set too high.
Like Michael Vick came back faster. Twilight Zone is still, it holds up so well.
Oh yeah,
so many episodes do. It's so interesting.
I always cry when I watch that one episode where the guy dies. Him and his dog die. I guess I think they drown while they're hunting, and then but he wakes up and he's in purgatory, between life and death, and the devil is like tempting him. He's like, "Come on, heaven this way. Come on in." And the guy's like, "Oh, it's terrible that I died, but sure, let's go to heaven." And he's like, "But no dogs." And he's like. And the dog's barking and growling at this guy. And he's like, Rufus can't come? Nah, no dogs in heaven. Sorry. Rufus can't come. I don't want to go. And he keeps walking. And then, like, down the path, he finds the real angel. And he's like, well, of course, dogs are allowed in heaven. That was the devil back there. Rufus would never lead you astray because he's a good boy. And I'm sitting
Pretty fucked up. We let him hang out near the door, right?
I was gonna get mad at them. I'd be like, bro, can you get him faster, please?
Couldn't you?
He almost got me.
So
My mom might not come here with a dog and have
what if the
be
dog
like,
could swim? He would have been in hell. Such horseshit.
I mean, I would have been fooled by that. Satan tells me, well, no, dogs aren't allowed in heaven.
Sorry,
it's the
Fozzie.
relationship between you and Jesus. I'd be like, damn, that sucks, but that does check out. Like, all right, I guess I'll follow you into the lake of sulfur unintentionally.
There's one where it's like a burglar is robbing this place, you know, and the fucking alarm goes off and he gets gunned down by the cops. And like he wakes up after getting gunned down, he's like dead, you know, it's like his soul wakes up. And it's like a little guardian angel comes and he's just like, hey, I'm here to, you know, like guide you through. And he's just like, okay, well, I didn't expect to go to heaven, but all right. And he's basically just giving him everything he wants all episode. And like at first it's really cool, but eventually it's just like there's no challenge. Like he's going to the fucking Vegas slots and he wins every time. And he's just like, at the end, he's just like, this place, honestly, this place fucking sucks. I want to go to hell. And he's just like, nah, I think you fucked up. Like this is hell. Like this is hell.
Yeah, he always
You're already
wins.
here. Yeah.
wins
You always
every time.
win. There's nothing.
There's no challenge.
No risk.
There's no risk.
it's literally
there's
like
nothing.
when you play a game and you're like really enjoying a video game and then you like put on the cheats and you're like, this game sucks.
Yeah.
It's like when I would play Tony Hawk Pro Skater and I'd be like, I'm going to have a blast for 5 hours if I turn off gravity. And then like 20 minutes in, you're like, I can only grind the same thing for so
And you're
long.
like, not only that, you're like, I dislike the whole game now a bit more too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That always happened with GTA. I'd be like playing
GTA.
single player. I'm getting through it. I'm like doing it. And then I'm like, one cheat never hurt. But one cheat is like literally like 5.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like doing like 10 missions. And you're like, this is mindless.
With
Yeah.
GTA, I wouldn't cheat on the missions, but if I just wanted to have fun, I would do the fucking all weapons code on my PlayStation 2 and just see how long I could hold up against the cops at like a big building or something.
We called that Popo Dodger. Like when we were playing, we'd
Yeah.
be like in like the 11th grade, we're like, let's play Popo Dodger. And it'd be like one PlayStation controller and like you put in the code for all the guns and then all the full law enforcement.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like go, and then we would just pass the controller and see who lasted the longest without getting wasted or busted.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's kind of fun.
and then we'd
played-
suck each other's cocks.
Oh,
Yeah. You have to blow the winner.
Good times. Yeah. That's
and the loser,
tradition.
you know,
You have to
he's-
blow
And the
every-
loser. You need to like make
You
sure he
have
doesn't
to
feel so
blow the
bad he doesn't
runner
come
up.
back.
You have to
everybody's
blow-
going to need, and you don't want
Just
the
run
third
around.
guy to feel left out. So
You got to
you
just
know,
get everybody,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
polite.
round the
Mhm.
group out.
And then we stole
I'm-
people's houses. Sorry, continue.
You stole houses
No.
in GTA? Like you just go
Yeah.
in there and try and fend them off? I mean, like I didn't play GTA 5. Actually, I didn't play a single Grand Theft Auto game until Grand Theft Auto 5, and I didn't play until 2019.
Yikes!
And it was so much fun.
You're like, I
loved
get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
Oh, I get why everybody fucking
I
loves
don't even
this
like
game. It's
5.
great.
I
Really?
Like, I like Vice City
everybody
so
online
much.
says it's
Vice
the best
City's
one.
Vice City's best.
Vice
Yeah.
City for me was so good because
It's based
me-
on Scarface.
it's Scarface. First
Yeah.
of all, yes, and I like that music. I like that '80s music when I'm
The
like
Vice City
driving.
soundtrack is incredible.
Oh yeah, Bark at the Moon.
I'm on that. I'm on that fucking crotch
Self-control.
rocket screaming down the main boulevard. And it's like da 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 da, and I like hit a woman and she just flies through there over my head, and I'm like, this is life.
I liked how in
always driving
GTA
the Faggio.
So good.
the Faggio.
I don't think it was called that, was it? I don't think that's how you pronounce it.
That is how you pronounce it.
Is it
It's
how you
not-
pronounce
It's not how you pronounced it.
Okay, I pronounced
Nor
it wrong.
I.
Okay.
But
I
do
can
believe
guess
it's pronounced
how this
Faggio.
was pronounced
Faggio.
by the
Yeah.
players of the game.
They knew what they were doing.
Faggio.
No, I loved Vice City so much. I remember when I got it for Christmas, wondering if my parents knew what they had purchased me. And like, y'all know what's in here? I'm gonna go kill some hookers.
My buddy worked at a GameStop in Oklahoma, and he was like, he does this all the time. He's like, you have no idea how many people came in when San Andreas came out and were literally like, so I can only play as a black man. Is there a code to be a white man?
What?
So no matter what, you're going to be black. And they're like, oh. And he's like, people would come back the day after buying it and be like, so I'm a black guy? And he was like, it was a much more common than you'd think in Oklahoma, like pulling up in this particular GameStop.
I wasn't going to say it, but.
Don't you play most of it first person?
Yeah,
no, the old ones you didn't.
And there's voice lines and interactions with your family and friends. So they're all black.
As long as it's funny.
Nah, they're all black too. So it's that black humor, you know.
Oh well, my goodness.
Say at that point in
you
my life,
understand now.
And at that point in my life and where I was at, I feel like I related to that culture game and more than anything, because like growing up in this Jewish suburb, you'd be surprised how many fucking studio gangsters live around here. There are so many people that strive to be a rapper, like to strive to be a rapper, and they're like, you know, like white Jew, you know, like Sean Shelsky, and he's like, nah, it's Mr. Shells now. Something like that. Like, this is the people. So that's who I was around. So when I'm playing a game and everything is like, you know, like 90s, like California hip hop culture, I'm like, I'm all versed in this, bro. Yeah. I'm all about this.
Yeah, I grew up in a strongly Jewish neighborhood. I know. I'm connected with the culture.
It's crazy. It was actually, you'd see like there were like the people that like I grew up and around. It's so funny. It was not their life, but they wanted that to be their life. I mean, so did I. Like I'd go to like school, like the music I'd listen to, I'm like blasting rap all the time. There was like a 5-year period where I literally listened to rap only. Then I fell off for an extended period of time because like I hated it for a while. But it was around that time when the game came out, I was like, this is sick. But I also didn't think it was going to be as good as Vice City until the commercial came out. That was the Welcome to the Jungle commercial.
Guns N' Roses.
And yeah, it was such a hype ass trailer for the game.
Was good, yeah.
Because he has the rocket launcher and he has the gang members with him.
And his body type changes. Like
exactly, like being fat or jacked. And I love San Andreas, but there's just Vice City was the fucking one.
My brother actually just texted me like an hour ago and said, today's the 35th anniversary of the release of Appetite for Destruction from Guns N' Roses.
That's so crazy.
So, yeah.
Can't believe your brother and I are on the exact same frequency.
Can you loop Harley in with your bro?
I could. He probably wouldn't know.
Maybe they'll be
going on.
Maybe they'll be
up.
I could.
No, I think they're making a Fallout TV show or movie, right?
Yeah, they released an image from it.
I saw.
That
that's what I'm
works
looking
out
at.
well.
I'm looking at the image. It's got
Halo got so much shit.
When they make shows based on video games, or maybe I'm wrong. Is there an example where it came out good?
I'm sure
a show.
Yeah, like a show or a movie.
I really like the Resident Evil movie, the first one. I thought the first Resident Evil movie was sick. I loved it. Yeah, the Super Duper Mart. Yeah. Right. I love that first Resident Evil movie. I don't know if you saw that one.
I did, of course. Yeah,
no, I did not.
With Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, exactly. Then she was in like 12 others, but I don't know about that normally.
I like her, so I don't mind the sequels. They're all like the same movie over and over. It's like, last time the zombies were like killing everything and I'd stop them, but now it's even worse because we're all zombies and we've got to become human again. It's like everyone is like something. It's like the Fast and the Furious sequels. Season 3 of From coming soon.
Gay.
Oh my god!
I don't think
I'm probably gonna watch it.
My girlfriend asked me, she's like, "Are you gonna watch it?" I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know if I'm gonna watch it. It pissed me off so much. I get genuinely mad at products, and I'll like do my own private boycott. Like, I'm not gonna fucking put up a sign. I'm not gonna post on social media. I'm not even gonna bother you people with it. But like, I'm like, all right, I'll never buy from you again. I'll never watch a second of you when I see you on the internet again. And there's so many things that are like that for me that I just don't fuck with.
You're just
I'm
over it.
lost. I want to deny them like a moment of, I don't know, ad revenue or like $1 of fucking rental money or whatever. I guess I'm a little hypocritical when it comes to Tarkov because it's a Russian company and everything, but I'm off that now. I'm definitely not going back to Tarkov. Like they lost me too.
So even though they sort of made amends and gave us that DLC for free, well, for included in the price, you're not forgiving.
Look, he has apologized, and I'm not kidding. Like, all right, fake apologies, Russian apologies. He'll be like, "I'm sorry you were in your feelings like this for what we did." It's like, wait, what? What? You're sorry that we feel bad about what you did to us? That's like sort of suggesting that we're in our own little universe where what you did is offensive, and you're in reality where it isn't quite so. We're all in the same reality where you did is horse shit, and everybody's pointing it out, luckily. But no, he's apologized or gone back or like, oh, actually, the package will be this and this package will do that, and it'll be for 6 months. And like, he's moved so many like pieces around the board on what you get for what amount of money and what kind of discount refund. And every day it's new because they're seeing how bad it is every day, and it's not getting better. The cheaters, there's big groups of cheaters who have said, we're only killing the people who bought that new shit. If we see you and you've bought the $250 version, we are bullying you. We're coming for you.
The new version is cheaters galore. So for people who don't play this game, here's how it works. The cheating. You have an aimbot, and you know where all the loot is on the map because you have hacks. So now you kill everyone, you take their stuff, you go to the parts of there'll be like a 1 in 30 chance that this key card spawns here. Well, you know. So you go right to where all the best stuff is. You hoover it up, and then you can sell it for real life money. Well, one of the things that the expensive version of the game is going to give you is an Avengers Endgame like circle where you can summon your friend group and they enter the game near you, like to help you out with firefights. The idea is it's like a radio, you call for help, and then they show up in the game to give you a hand. Well, combine that ability to call in your friends and put them right next to you with the cheater hacker ability to grab all the loot off the map, and you have a game that is custom made to reward people who use real life money for in-game progression.
Or to stream snipe, because the big part of stream sniping is getting in the right lobby. So what they'll do is they'll watch the streamer, and then like a Discord full of people on the same call will like they'll have a guy in every region. They'll have different people in different regions of the world if they don't know what servers he's on, because then they lock the server down, and then they're all on the same server and they're all clicking at the same time. And once you get into his lobby, it's like, I got in. Oh, I didn't. Okay, here's my portal. Hop in here, bro. Come on, everybody. Throw your portals down. This is the landmark lobby. You know,
I didn't think of that. Yeah, he is going to get blasted by teams. All the streamers will. And, you can play the game kind of carelessly and for like $4 get 20 million rubles and continue to play it wild like that. And it's a different experience for cheaters. And I'm afraid it's going to ruin the game.
Oh, I'm done with them. Fuck them. I signed up for the beta for
Gray Zone.
Gray Zone's not more PVE. I mean, there is PvP, but I don't like the look of Gray Zone. I don't like how they do their like. There's some mechanic where as you log in, somebody can just be waiting and kill you and take all your shit that you've got on.
It seems like a bad mechanic.
So I mean, it's still early for that game. It's a pretty new game. There's another one though. I signed up for the beta for it, so hopefully I get into it. And it's more it's the Chinese game they didn't just port the mobile version over. They made a PC version of a very popular Chinese mobile extraction shooter. I'm spacing on the name of it right now, but it's like it doesn't matter. It looks like a AAA title though. It looks like Call of Duty to me, but it's an extraction shooter, and it has all the modular fucking rifle mechanics and all the grips and doodads and all that horse shit. So I hope they take a big market share. I hope a bunch of Tarkov streamers switch over. If they're smart, they'll pay guys like Bastillion, Landmark, and they'll do drops. And they'll do, because that's how Tarkov got so big. those drops. And
But they didn't pay them.
No, I mean they've paid streamers certainly, but they don't.
Okay.
But the drops and getting streamers onto your game and to do certain things would be massive for them because it's been big for Tarkov. And God, I'm done with Tarkov. It doesn't matter what they do. Like I'll never play that.
You have
game
no
again.
games right now, and you're really into history.
Yeah. What can I play? Do you think? Maybe some Warhammer.
Maybe some
new DLC
Warhammer.
over there. There's some new Empire DLC I hear.
There's just not enough to that game.
Oh, really? Just the same thing over and over, huh?
It's just it's just too short. You don't have to build up into anything. It's fun every once in a while.
Don't have to worry about your villagers, though. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like some people are FPS, 80 IQ gamers, and that's fine. Like some people don't have the APM to play RTS games effectively, and that's totally cool. Like
That's
I get
what
it.
is.
It's probably like you wouldn't be able to balance it. You get stressed out, you get flustered, and that's all right. Some people just like a simple point and click and searching through backpacks, and you have fun doing that. sorting through your backpacks.
This
and
is
looking
kinda
for the key
funny.
Cards. That's fine.
How does he
You
know so much about
probably
this
don't-
game he's never played? He's really
He's watched
nailing
me
us.
play.
Yeah,
He's watched me play.
Some of
Yeah.
us like organizing our stash.
It's a
you know,
nice,
just
simple
saying.
game
I
for
love
nice.
organizing
It's a
my
simple
stash.
game for
Yeah,
simple guys,
There's
and I
a
think that's
mechanic
great.
where you go to your thing and you do some bench presses.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I
Video
But
love
I
games
get
and
it.
bench
presses.
press
It's
work
really
out.
intimidating to go play like a really complicated game that takes.
I'd rather play
active
Scribblio.
strategizing.
I'd rather play Scribblio than AO.
You know what's funny is I beat your
ass.
ass less in AOE than I do in Scribblio.
You beat everyone. Oh my god, the last game you beat me by 40 fucking points. Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
I don't know how I'm winning that every fucking game.
You're really good at it, it would seem.
Yeah, that game rules. It's the
I
game
think
of
we only
games is what
talked
you're
about
calling it.
Scribblio on PKN, right? So the audience has no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, we've
Google
only
Scribblio.
there hasn't been a PKA since we played it the first time.
So Scribblio is a little like Pictionary, but instead of shouting out your answers, you type them in. Also, you have something like Hangman, where it'll be like 5 letters, 3 letters, 2 words.
Mhm.
And so you have a little hint on what the word might be. And this person is using his mouse to draw really crudely, typically. None of us are good at drawing with a mouse.
Yeah.
And the object is to guess it as fast as you can. Taylor types 97 words a minute. And his vocabulary seemingly is all the words. In addition to that, he can spell them. So, like, I'm like, all right, it's 5 letters and 3 letters. What could it be? I feel like Taylor has this like toolbox of words to like pull from, and he's playing multiple choice, and I'm not. He just really has this nailed. Oh, that's Scribblio right there. And you can even see in the top center how many. I think that usually gives you a number, like how many letters there are.
Ash was an idiot.
Giving mercy. Yeah, so you wouldn't.
It's only one word, Ash.
You wouldn't want to guess 2 there.
He
It's,
said fat. He said fat. What an asshole.